Hi students, my name is Satyam, lecturer in Computer Science and Applications, Government Degree College for Women's, Jagityal. Today's topic is Introduction to Python language. Today's topic, the introduction to Python language, we will discuss about the historical development of the Python language and different versions of the Python language and mainly the characteristics of the Python language and how to open and how to execute a small program of Python language. These topics are discussed today's class. Okay, section to Python programming language. So like C, C++, Java, okay, Python is also a high level language. Okay, so Python is a general purpose language. It has wide range of applications from web development, scientific and mathematical computing to desktop graphical user interfaces. Means the Python language belongs to high level language. So this high level language is used to web development programming and scientific development programmings and mathematical programmings and desktop graphical user interface programming also. That means it supports GUI programming also. The Python supports GUI programming also. So now present days the Python language is very familiar. Why? Because now the computer world, the computer industry is entering into the artificial intelligence programming methodology. The new applications are invented by the software industry. So majorly it contains some artificial intelligence mechanism. So this artificial intelligence mechanism is embedded in their applications with the help of some programming languages. From that programming languages, the Python is mainly used in the creation, in the development of applications of software industry that contains mainly AI based. So the Python is very useful to develop some AI based applications in the market. So this is now actually it is a old language, but after some years when the artificial intelligence concept is introduced into the market, so presently almost every company is doing the applications which are designed by which are working on the AI based. So when the AI based importance is increased in the market, in the software industry, then the importance of Python is also increased very well. So the Python language supports the AI programming also. Like that, the Python language is a high level language. It supports the different types of applications. That means web development applications, okay, as well as scientific development applications, as well as mathematical development applications, as well as like VB, Visual Basic, or VB.NET, the GUI, graphical user interface applications also. Okay, like that, the Python language will support the wide variety of applications, supports the wide variety of concept programming. That's why at present days the Python language is very familiar. Now it is a a BTech students or a degree students the containing their graduation level, so in their subject as Python. Okay, so the BSc final year students of a 5th semester, the Python language is introduced in the CBCS pattern. So now the importance of Python is very increased present days market. So many opportunities are coming from the Python language. So this is the importance of Python language at present days software industry. Okay, now we will come to the history of Python. Then the history of Python is, the Python is a familiar old language created by Gudio van Rossum. The design began in the late 1980s and first released in the February 1991. This is the historical development of the Python language. Means, so the Python language, actually it is a old language. So afterwards some new versions are released in the Python language. Actually the Python 1.0 version is released in the February 1991 by the scientist name called Gudio van Rossum. Okay, so like that the Python language is very old and very technical, and it contains so many characteristics of artificial intelligence based languages available present day in the market. Okay, like that the Python language is developed. Okay, next comes to why the name Python given to this language. Why the language get the name as Python? Python means, actually generally we know that it is a big snake. Okay, the scientist Gudio van Rossum was a fan of comedy series from late 1970s. The name Python was adopted from the same series, Monty Python's Flying Crisis. So he is the Gudio van Rossum is very interested about all these comedy serials. From that comedy series of serials, so one of the always he is seeing he is doing the work on the series of Monty Python's Flying Crisis from this his very favorite serial. So from that serial he given the name Python to the language, but there is a no specific concept to given this language. Okay, so the Gudio van Rossum, he is decided to give the Python to this language. That's why this language is familiar with the name of Python. Okay, so this is the historical development of the Python language. Then comes to different versions of the Python language. For example, if you take any language or any application in the software industry, so some days are going on, some days are going on in the society, then what will happen? The needs of the user will be increased in the market, and the first version may contain some errors also. Okay, so next the new version, that means the new product is released from the same company with the same features, and the new version contain the new requirements, that means new concept of the older version, and if any errors are occurred in the previous version, that will be solved in the new version. So that's why always a software industry, always a software company releases a particular application with the new versions continuously. For example, if you take the operating system, we know very famous operating, we know all are you doing the work with the operating system, that is Windows operating system. Okay, that is designed by the Microsoft company, that are majorly some in the 1995 the Windows operating system are released. Before also some versions are there, but in the 1995 Windows 95 is very successful operating system released by the Microsoft company. Okay, afterwards in the series of Windows operating systems are released from the Microsoft company. Some are success in the market, some are failure in the market. So that's why some famous versions of Windows operating systems are Windows 95, Windows 98, then Windows ME Millennium Edition, then Windows XP, Windows 7, then Windows some 8 also. So many users are used. Then present day we are using all our Windows 10 operating system. So like that, each and every company is releasing the particular software product with the new concepts, and the new concept contain the new requirement satisfactions of the users, and if any errors occurred in the old versions, that also solved in the new versions. Same just like that, here the Python is also released in the different of versions. The Python 1.0 is first standard release in the 1994 January. Then Python 1.6 is released in the 2000, and Python 2.0 is released in the same year 2000, but in the October 16th. Okay, then Python 2.7 is released in the July 3rd 2010. Then Python 3.0 is released on December 3rd 2008, but the 3.0 is emphasized on removing the December 3 2008 duplicate construct and module. Means the actually after 2010 the 3.0 is released, but 3.0 is the emphasizes on removing the version which is released in the December 3rd 2008. Okay, so afterwards the Python 3.5 is released on 13th September 2015. Then Python 3.7 version is released in the June 27 2018. Present the latest version of Python is Python 3.8, which is released on the October 14th 2019. Like that, the Python software is released in the different years with the different versions from the 1994 to 2019. Now at present days, the Python 3.9 is also released with the beta version. What is the meaning of beta version? Beta version means when a product, a application is released into the market, first the developers are developed the product, and that is given to the testing to the industry holders or research scholars or some university students. So when they are using the beta version, if any errors occurred, if any errors find out by that research persons or the primary used persons, then that will be communicate to the industry, a particular company. The company is solved the total problems. Then the final product, that means enterprise edition, is released from the particular company. Okay, like that the each and every software company release different languages, different applications with the series of versions. Okay, like that our Python also released from Python 1.02 at present Python 3.8 is the latest version of the Python. Okay, then futures of Python programming. In this topic we will discuss about what are the futures, that means characteristics available to the Python language. Okay, first one is we will discuss some of very important characteristics of Python language in this topic. Okay, first one is a simple language which is easier to learn. Okay, this is very important feature. Okay, that means the Python language is a simple language which is easier to learn, means the beginners also learn very easily. Why? Because like your C, C++, Java, the syntactical rules are not overly embedded into the programming, not overly implemented into the programming, in the simple manner. Okay, so in the simple manner only the syntaxes are available in the Python language. So this language is very easy to learn. So if the language is easy to learn, then what will happen? It is a user friendly language. So when the user friendly languages are very familiar in the market. Okay, like that the Python language is a simple language which is easier to learn. Okay, now the Python has a very simple and elegant syntax. Okay, come to the syntax purpose. The Python language have very simple and elegant syntaxes. Okay, it much easier to read and write Python programming compared to other languages like C, C++, Java. Okay, in the C, C++, Java languages, okay, somewhat compared to the Python language, somewhat syntactical rules are very strict manner. So with the help of with the embedding of that strictness, the programmer or the user get some little bit of hard, and he think it is very hard to learn. But come to the Python language, it is very simple and easy to learn. Why? Because it contain a simple syntaxes to write the programming in the Python. Python makes programming fun and allows you to focus on the solutions rather than the syntax. Generally, while you are learning C or C++ or Java, so the programmer concentrate more on the syntaxes. Okay, so little bit more concentration compared to the logic. For example, if you take the matrix multiplication program, so it is a somewhat a difficult logic is available in the matrix multiplication program. So actually the programmer must concentrate on the logic. Okay, but the programmer must concentrate on the logic as well as must concentrate on the syntaxes rules which are available in the C, C++ or Java. Okay, so that is the overburden to the programmer. Okay, but in this Python language, the syntaxes are very easy. So generally the programmer or the user concentrate on the solutions, concentrate on the logic, concentrate on the how the program will act. Okay, That is the main concept of the programmer. No bother about it, the syntaxes. Why? Because the syntaxes are very simple and very easy. Okay. So the very important thing is the C, C++, Java languages contain compulsory the variable declaration part. If a program use n number of variables, the n number of variables must be declared in the declaration part in the C, C++. Okay. But in the Python language, there is no variable declaration part. Simply you can use the variables in the programming. So according to the assigning value of the variable, the variable is declared automatically as integer, as float or string, whatever it may be. Okay. But no need to declare at the beginning of the program. There is no declaration part. There is no necessity to declare the variables in the Python. Okay. Simply, happily, the programmer can use, the user can use the variables whenever he want in the programming. Okay. Like that, the Python is very simple language which is easier to learn. Okay. Next characteristic of Python language is free and open source. Okay. This is very important. Free and open source. So what is the meaning of open source? Actually, if you take the languages which are available in the present day market, not only languages but also applications also. So many applications presently available in the software industry that are open source applications as well as that are belongs to a particular company applications. So for example, if you take a Google Meet is a one application. The Google Meet application is used to meet different peoples available in the particular meeting. Okay. This application is developed by the Google. So the Google is a famous company. Okay. So in the world. So when you install a particular application, the company may charge the customer, charge the user. Okay. For example, we know very well the Gmail. We are using the Gmail account. The Gmail account contains 15 GB data, is free to each and every person. So after completing the 15 GB data, you have to buy the extra memory space from the Google company with the specified rates by the company. Okay. So why? Because this type of products are released by a particular company. The company generally meant for the business purpose. So the products are available. The products are not open source. It is belongs to a particular company. Okay. So what is the meaning of open source? Open source means the open source softwares are designed by a particular organization or some people or a particular society. They developed and given to the society with free of cost. Okay. So and they will give the code also, source code also to the society according to the requirement of the programmer or a particular company. The open source softwares are used with free of cost, number one, and there is no copyrights. That means the products cannot contain the copyrights also. So the copying of that product or using the already developed products also the according to the Copyright Act, there is no problem to the customer or the organization. So no need to pay the money, and no need to worry about the copyrights, and no need to use the application in the as it is manner. You may change the source code according to the requirement of the programmer, according to the requirement of the user also. This type of software products or software languages or software applications are called as the open source softwares. Okay, like that. So in the software industry, mainly there are non-open source softwares are there, and open source softwares also there. Now our Python belongs to free and open source software. Okay, you can easily download from the python.org website, okay, with the free of cost, and it is a open source software. Okay, now the Python we can freely use and distribute Python language even for commercial use also. Okay, not only personal use, the Python language can be used in the commercial use also without paying a single paisa to the particular company. Not only can we use and distribute software written in it, we can even make changes to the Python's source code. Okay, so you can also change the source code of the Python according to the requirement of your organization, according to the requirement of the particular programmer. Okay, like that, the Python is free and open source software available in the market. Okay, this is a very important feature available to the Python language. Then comes to third one, portability. What is the meaning of portability? Portability means a particular application will work anywhere. That means anywhere means, so any platform means the computer or the mini computer or the supercomputer or your mobile phone or palm-top computers, whatever it may be the platform. Okay, whatever it may be the configuration of the particular electronic device, whatever it may be the operating system used in that electronic device, that means in that particular computer. Okay, the application, the Python application is happily worked without giving any errors. So this type of characteristic is called as portability. So Python is a portability language. So we can move Python programs from one platform to another. Okay, and run it without any changes. It run seamlessly on almost all platforms, including Windows operating system, Mac OS, and Linux and Unix, whatever it may be the operating systems. Okay, so like that, the Python application is developed on the Windows operating system platform that can be used in the Linux operating system also, that can be used in the Unix operating system also. Okay, so if the programmer developed a Python application on a Core 2 Duo processor, then the product, that means Intel processor, the application may be used on the AMD processor also, AMD processor platform also. That means it is the Python applications are portability. That means you may develop in any platform, that means in any system, and you can use in any system. Okay, this is called as the portability character. Okay, so that's why the Python is very familiar. Why? Because it contains the very important character, that is portability concept. Okay, then next characteristic is extensible and embeddable. Okay, so there are, the Python contain extensible and embeddable characteristic. So suppose an application requires high performance, we can easily combine pieces of C, C++ or other languages with the Python code. Okay, generally a language cannot support the other languages code, the pieces of other languages code, but the Python supports C, C++, not only C, C++, but also other languages pieces, that means application pieces to the particular application. Okay, so this is a very embedding concept. Okay, then this will give our application high performance as well as scripting capabilities which other languages may not provide out of the box. Generally, each application, each language is in the box. That means you have to use in that syntaxes only, particular that language syntaxes only. The applications are developed particular C or C++ software applications are worked on the C and C++ applications only, on same language only, but it cannot support other languages applications. But the Python can support the other language applications also embedded to the our project, our program. Okay, next concept is Python supports a high level interpreted language. Okay, this is a very important character of a Python language. Unlike C, C++, we don't have to worry about daunting tasks like memory management, garbage collection, and so on. Likewise, when we run Python code, it automatically converts our code to the language computer understands. We don't need to worry about any lower level operations. What is the meaning of this? Means the Python is a high level language and it is a interpreted language. Okay, so because of the concept of interpreted language, then what will happen? Like C, C++, there is no worry about the difficulty tasks like memory management problem, garbage collection problem, and so on problems, which are commonly occurred in the C and C++ languages. Okay, so what is the meaning of interpreted languages? Then generally each language supports either compiler supporting languages or interpreter supported languages. What is the difference between compiler and interpreter? Means when the program is written by the programmer, the total program will be taken at a time by the compiler. So then it executes that particular program and convert into the mission level language program, and that mission level language program is executed by the processor. Okay, so like that the compiler will work. Okay, means the compiler is a application, it is a software application developed by the particular language. Okay, particular language. The compiler will receive total instructions, that means total program, and execute continuously from starting of the program to the ending of the program. okay, at a time. Okay, like that, it convert that program into the machine level coding. Then the machine level language is executed in the processor. Okay, like that, a language which work with this compiler mechanism, then that languages are called as compiler supported languages. For example, we learned in the first year C and next C++. The C and C++, both languages are supports the compiler supporting languages. But if you come to the interpreter language, the interpreter language will execute the each line of the program, then again respond to take another line and give the answer, and again take the response, and again ready to take the line. That means the interpreter is also a application developed by the particular language. This interpreter will receive the program line by line. After entering a line, then simply execute that line. Then only it is now ready to take another line. Okay, so like that, the program is executed by line. That means, so with the help of this concept, if a program contains some 500 lines, for example, in the 490 line, in the line number 490, if any error occurs, then what will happen? The total program is terminated by the compiler technology. But for example, if 491 line have the problem, before 490 lines are executed in the interpreter languages. So the Python is a interpreter languages. So already in the first year we completed these concepts of what is compiler, what is interpreter. Okay, now the Python is a interpreter language. Okay, unlike C++. Okay, so there is no worry about the memory management, garbage collection, all these type of problems. Simply it will execute the programming without any common errors which are given by the language, without not giving a basic low level operations. Okay, no worry about the low level operations. Okay, like that, the Python is a high level and interpreter language. Okay, then next comes to another characteristic, that is the Python supports large standard libraries to solve common tasks. Means the language contain large standard libraries, means so the Python contain so many built-in functions. With the help of built-in functions, the common tasks which are done by the programmer, which are done by the user, is easily solved. For example, if you want to use SQRT, so generally square root of a particular given number, so that is a mathematical operation. The mathematical operation contain the mathematical library. That function contain a mathematical library. Okay, for example, clear screen functions. The clear screen functions contain the console. Okay, console library. Like that, so many built-in functions, already developed functions, are available in a particular libraries. That means particular header files according to our C language. Okay, so that libraries are embedded, that libraries, so many libraries are available in the Python language. From that libraries you can access the built-in functions of the Python language. With the help of that built-in functions, you can solve common tasks which are designed by the, which are used by the programmer. Okay, so Python has a number of standard libraries. okay, which makes life of a programmer much easier, okay, since we don't have to write all the code. Means for a basic operations, like sqrt, okay, square root of a given number, okay, no need to write a code, okay, in the Python language. Standard libraries in the Python are well tested and used by hundreds of the people, okay. So the libraries of the Python language are well tested. That means before giving the library, before embedding the library into the Python language, that is already tested very well. That means with the large number of values, okay, with the large number of values, the functions are tested and used by the hundreds of people before in the beta version, okay. Then only if in the beta version or in the previous testing, okay, so that the particular library is successfully worked, then only the libraries are included into the Python language. So the Python language supports large standard libraries to solve common tasks. Then one more important characteristics of Python is it is a object oriented. Python is a object oriented, like your C++, like your Java, okay. So the Python language supports the object oriented programming concepts. That means not only standard programming concept, the Python supports the object oriented programming concepts as well as GUI concepts also, graphical user interface concepts also. It supports the Python. These concepts all are learned in the future classes, okay. Then the Python is a object oriented language also. Everything in the Python in an object oriented programming OOP helps us to solve complex problems, okay. With OOP we are able to divide these complex problems into the small set of smaller sets by creating objects, okay. So if a particular project, if a particular application is very complex, simply with the help of divide and rule policy, okay, so that will be divided with the concept of OOPs, okay, then the application is simplified and that can be implemented very easy manner. So the Python supports object oriented concepts and it supports the high level language and it supports the GUI, that means graphical user interface concepts also, okay. Now I will show the how to open the Python language. Simply go to the start button and IDE Python 3.8 version and click that one. What will happen? In a particular window the Python language is opened. Here Python 3.8.5 means this is the version of the Python which is available in the system. So it is released on July 2020, July 20th 2020, okay. So this Python latest version is available in my system. Then here I am typing a small program, that is a variable is assigned to 11, then b variable is assigned to 22, now r is assigned to a plus b, then print r, then what will happen? So it will be gives the 33 answer. In this program there is no variable declaration part and there is no syntactical rules also, okay. So like that we can write the program of the Python in the command prompt, or we can write the program in the a particular file also, okay. Open the file, then in the file you can write your program, okay. So then after writing the program, some adding of this two numbers program, then go to the file and save the program. Then that program is saved with a particular given name. The name must be py. The Python program must be given the extension name as file name as .py. Then after save the program, simply run the program with F5 command. Then also you will get the answer. The 30 students. Now I am concluding the today's class. So till now we discussed about the historical development of the Python language and the characteristics of the Python language. At the end of my class, I will show a just 2 minutes video how to open the Python language and how to type the particular program, Python program, and how to execute the Python program. So this total concept, Python IDE and Python execution, this will be discussed in the next classes thoroughly. Okay.